Alright, we're back in the studio working on a Guns for Hire style lead. This lead's based off of their track, The Cycle. It's not perfect. I typically don't work with Rawstyle leads, but this is what we have. Alright, so the kick's just there for coolness. It's honestly, it's like an MP3 kick, so it's pitched really weird, but it sounds okay for like the first few bars. But anyway, let me just show you how the lead's actually made. Right here I have like a filter cut off so you can see how this sounds. If you wanted to do something like that. Because usually you'd list something like that maybe before a drop or something, but in the sub bass is also generic, but the main thing is the lead right here. Now, instead of just listening to it, let's actually show you how it's done. So, the first lead, it's, Rawstyle typically is so distorted you don't really need to layer it as much as you do other leads, so you'll notice we only have 4 things going. There's these 3 main leads, and then there's the sub bass, which is generic, but here's the first lead. So there's no part B. I don't know why I even showed this. There's no part B. It's just part A. So you have one oscillator playing a very detuned square, and then another one playing a very detuned sawtooth. The filter, this is all just like this so that we can do this cutoff thingy. You don't really need to do this though unless you want to do something fancy like this filter cutoff automation. But really, what it all comes down to is the distortion. It's clip distorted. There's the EQ settings, compression settings. So just the basic ones. And I turned down. It's a little more dry than it is wet here, and the amount just turned down a bit. But what you get is this. Second lead, this is like the main lead right here. It's a distorted square. Not distorted. Well, it is distorted. It's detuned. The pitch, just pitch LFO down here with like more cutoff stuff. It's a square which is an octave higher, and then a square which is an octave lower. Both detuned to pretty much the same amount. And then there's 3 voices of this, 2 voices of this. Detuned the same way, EQ'd the same way, compressed the same way, and that sounds like this. Also, I don't know if I should, right here, yeah, there's portamento settings right here, or legato, right down here, and it looks pretty much the same on both ends. And then this is like the backup lead. This is like where it gets really high and like screechy. It's like a Rawstyle for the win right there. No part B there either. The first oscillator is using this, like, what is this even called? This is like an H pulse, I guess. It's like kind of squarish, but pushed over to the left side. I don't really know why, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds nicer than a square in this case. Followed by another high-pitched, like, saw thingy, and distorted the same exact way that the other ones are. It also has this LFO down here. But those are the main 3 right there, that I think sound good, and they sound similar to the track. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect remake. You'll never get a perfect remake, but this sounds close enough in my opinion. So let me know what you think. Also, sub bass. I forgot to show the sub bass. It's just a distorted sub bass. It's really generic. Ignore this oscillator. In fact, actually just pretend this oscillator doesn't even exist. Turn that voice off there. Just pretend that doesn't exist. You're really focusing on this one right here with the one voice so that it's mono, because you want your mono sub bass. But in the end, you get this, and hopefully this sounds good.